everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Erin. Today I am going to be doing an application and wear test on the new Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. Now I do have this in LC1, which is the lightest cool shade that they have. I might need to bronze up my face a little bit more today because this is a little bit light, but I put a little strip on last night of it and it does oxidize a little bit on me. So I'm hopeful that it'll kind of bring up to what my shade is. But I mean, the packaging is beautiful on this and it comes with a doe foot applicator. Looks very much like the Tarte Shape Tape applicator, but I don't know how I necessarily feel about those applicators with foundations because you're rubbing something on your face and then putting it back in the tube. I'd rather just have something like a squeezy tube that I can put on my hand or on a palette and go from there. I am going to be using my Morphe sponge that I picked up in my most recent Ulta haul. I did use this one other time this week and I really enjoyed it, so I'm going to test it out a couple more times before giving my full review. But I already have moisturizer on my face and primer, so let's go ahead and get into this foundation application. So right off the bat with that one dip into the foundation, it looks like it's blending out nicely, but it's not giving really good coverage. So I'll probably have to go back in with concealer for some of my blemishes that I have right now. But the other thing that I'm noticing is it kind of has that paint smell that the Wet n Wild foundation has. So I don't know if that's just something with drugstore foundations because I really haven't seen any high-end foundations have that same paint type smell, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this on the rest of my face and be back once I've done one layer. So this foundation does come in 12 different shades. We all know about drugstore shade ranges. I picked this up while it was on sale at the Ulta Grand opening that I went to last weekend, but this has an SPF of 20 and I have my computer pulled up over here. It's packed with vitamins and antioxidants for healthy coverage. Let's see here. I'm trying to see if what it claims to be It says it's an ultra blendable, lightweight, buildable, and breathable formula. So I'm not gonna get super crazy coverage with this, which I'm kind of okay with. I have a really long day today, so I don't necessarily want like a really heavy foundation look, but I am going to go in and see if I can get a little bit more coverage because it does say that it's buildable. So I've let this first layer set down a little bit, and so I'm gonna go ahead and put on a second layer as well. Alrighty, so that is my 2 layers on. I will say that it built up a little bit more. It's kind of shiny and dewy, but we'll see if we can set that down. It's kind of setting strange on the side of my nose where I have pores. Like it's not wanting to like cover those or get into those. So I'll see if I can get my concealer to kind of cover those pores up a little bit more. It does remain pretty tacky. The coverage built up all right. It's a pretty good shade match for me once it actually gets on my skin and maybe it's oxidizing just a little bit. But so if you're any lighter than me, I don't know if you're necessarily going to be able to find your shade or if you'll have to lighten the foundation because this is the lightest shade that they have. But I'm going to go ahead and put on concealer, see how that blends out on top of it, and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just used the Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is one of my favorites. It's a little bit thicker of a formula than the actual foundation, so they didn't like combat with each other. That concealer did go ahead and fill in my pores and not make them look so obvious. With this foundation, if you have a concern with pores, I would say go ahead and use a pore filling primer. I just used my Urban Decay Optical Illusion because I'm trying to use up this little sample size. And that's a thicker primer that usually does some pretty good pore filling for me. But this foundation is kind of accentuating a lot of my pores. So when I use this again tomorrow for day 2 of the testing, I'm going to use something a little bit more pore filling on it. But overall, I mean, the coverage is very pretty once I have the concealer on. It has enough coverage that I'm comfortable with as far as covering up my redness and covering up some of my blemishes down here. So I'm going to set it down with powder, do the rest of my face, and come back to let you know how everything blended on top.
You weigh like garbage. They didn't. They did. But you can't stop needing them. It's your greatest weakness. Looking for them everywhere. In Han Solo. Now in Skywalker. Let the past die. Kill it if you have to.
Sorry, got distracted by a shirtless Adam Driver. Back to my makeup. Alright, so this is my final look for the day. Before I take my hair down, I really want to take a good look at the foundation. Everything went on top of it beautifully. The powder really helped set it down and kind of blur some of those pores. I ended up using my Mercier powder. Everything else blended really nice over it. I don't see any place where the foundation broke down with me putting on bronzer and blush. I did set this down with a setting spray, so hopefully that'll help it last. The main test for today is going to be if this actually stays on my face. Since this is a lighter weight, healthy foundation, I'm kind of thinking that the CoverGirl Vitalist and then this Physician Formula one are almost kind of comparable because they claim to be that more vitamin-infused type of foundation. That was just a dog head underneath my table here. But with this one, it does get really dewy on me, and so I'm wondering if my oils are going to be coming through or not. It is going to be a cooler day today, but I am going to be extremely busy, so I'm going to be definitely putting this foundation to the test. I will do check-ins throughout the day, and then of course a check-in at the end of the night to let you guys know how it wore, and then I will wear it again tomorrow with different moisturizers, primers, powders, things like that, and let you guys know how it does tomorrow as well. But I'm going to go ahead and get dressed, get ready for my day, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey everyone, I am just checking in for the afternoon. It is now 1:30. I've been wearing this makeup for about 6 hours. Looking at it in my phone camera, it doesn't look that bad, but when I touch it, it's like, it feels like it didn't dry down even with the powder on it. And actually, like, I was able to like pull some of the makeup off. I'm gonna blot, I'm gonna touch up, I'm gonna see what I can get out of this makeup today, but so far this is what it is looking like. Until I really get home in my like Simple Human mirror, it's hard for me to really tell what it's been doing, but I mean from far away it still looks good. So we're gonna work with that, but I'm gonna go ahead and blot, I'm gonna go ahead and touch up, and I'll check in with you guys at the end of the day. Bye. Hey guys, so I am doing the final check-in for day number 1, testing the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I have been wearing this now for 12 hours, and in my mirror and in my camera, like during the day, it looked all right, and even in this camera it looks all right. You can see where it's broken down where I wore my sunglasses today. I did blot once today, and I also did touch up with a little bit of powder in the middle of the day, but now looking at it up close in my mirror, not so good. So like I said this morning, as far as it emphasizes my pores, that is still correct. I can see all of the pores in my cheeks along this area. It's broken down a little bit on my chin here. It's creased. I feel greasy. It looks like there's a layer of something on my skin. It almost looks like I'm wearing like a clay mask, how you get kind of that like dry film on your face. So for day 1, not really impressed with this. I don't know. I'm gonna wear it again tomorrow with a more pore filling primer and maybe with a more mattifying primer, but I will try it again tomorrow and let you guys know. But as far as like today's impression of this, I wouldn't call this a win. And if I wasn't wearing it again tomorrow to see how it did, I probably would not wear this foundation again. But in the name of science, I'm gonna go ahead and try it again tomorrow with some different products and let you guys see how it works then. But it doesn't look good in person, we'll put it that way. But I'm gonna go ahead and wash this off because I have had a hell of a day and I just want to be in my pajamas with no makeup on. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash this off and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Bye. Hey everyone, so I am back for day 2 on the testing for the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. I'm gonna go ahead and just do a quick makeup application. I don't even know if I'll show you guys because I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna dot it on my face with the big giant doe foot, and then I am going to just use a sponge to set it in. Whenever I get done with my makeup, I'll tell you guys what different products I used today compared to yesterday. I'll do check-ins and we'll see if it holds up better today than it did yesterday. But I'm gonna go ahead and do my makeup because I gotta get ready for work, so I'll see you guys in a second. Bye. All right, so this is my little simple makeup look for today. I did use my Milk Makeup Blur Stick and then also the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Primer. I am a little bit more pore filled today, and so I'm gonna see if that lasts throughout the day. Unlike yesterday, I literally had crater face and my pores aren't that bad, but the foundation just sunk into the pores so badly that it looked horrible. But today also, let me pull it out. I used the Peach Perfect powder from Too Faced instead of the Laura Mercier. The Laura Mercier powder is a little bit heavier and has a little bit more coverage even though it's translucent. And I think maybe that is what caused me to feel like I had like a clay mask on by the end of the day. So the Peach Perfect powder is a little bit lighter, and so that's what I used to set my face today. I did a nice and simple matte eye with the Peach Perfect Mattes palette. I have a Tarte Color Splash lipstick in Colada on my lips today. So I'm gonna go ahead and get dressed and get ready for my day and feed the puppy dogs because they are bothering me for their breakfast. I do have another big full day in front of me, so this is probably going to be another 12-hour wear test. And so I'll check in with you guys throughout the day, and then I'll check in tonight to see if it wore better with these different products. So I'll see you guys later. Bye. Hey everyone, I am checking in on the foundation wear for the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation. It is now 4 o'clock, so I have been wearing this for about 9 hours. You can see all of my like blotchiness through it, so this is a lighter coverage foundation. My skin just doesn't look great with this foundation. I think that's my biggest issue with this, is that my skin doesn't look perfected. It just looks very natural. And that's not something I look for in a foundation because I do want to cover up my blotchiness, my redness, my discoloration on my skin tone. So I am going to wear this for a couple more hours while I am working. I think my opinion stands from yesterday that I'm not the biggest fan of this foundation, but I'm going to give it another couple hours, see how it looks in my magnified mirror, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. So I am doing the last check-in of the night. It is now 6 o'clock. I've been wearing this makeup for 11 hours today, and my impression from yesterday holds. I am not going to be wearing this foundation again. This is going to be a pass for me. Even with the more mattifying primer, it still broke down a lot, and so it has broken down a whole lot around my chin. I actually have a new pimple, and I don't know if that's necessarily from the foundation because now is not my normal like breakout time. Usually I have more hormonal breakouts, and this is the wrong time of the month for me to be having these breakouts like this. But it just, I mean, everything is broken down on my face. It doesn't look good. This is not how I want my skin to look at the end of the night, and I have other drugstore foundations that outperform this. Y'all know, Chihuahua. But I don't like this. It broke down where all of my like cheek products were. Not happy with this. So unfortunately, the Physicians Formula Healthy Foundation is probably going to be in my misses for the month, and I will not be wearing this foundation again. I will be passing this on to a friend or a coworker, and it will be leaving my collection. But thank you so much for hanging out with me over the past couple days and allowing me to try out this foundation. In case this is the first time you're watching my videos, I do have a more oily skin type, especially as we're coming into the summer and it's warming up here in Florida. I produce a whole lot more oils, and I think that's why this foundation has not been working for me. Even though this does claim to be for all skin types, it just did not work out for me. If you found this video helpful or like this style of video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below if you have been loving this foundation or if this foundation broke down on you as well. I do have some other foundation reviews coming your way, so keep an eye out for those. Don't forget to subscribe so you know when I upload new videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.